When I was in Sicily a couple of weeks ago, I had one of the most delicious pasta dishes called Caponata. It's quite an unusual mix of ingredients in the recipe. It's aubergines and raisins and olives and tomato and capers, and it gets slow cooked for about a half an hour, but it is so delicious. Sweet, it's got tangy, it's quite Moorish as well. And I'm going to serve it up with orecchiette pasta, but you could use linguine or spaghetti or tagliatelle with it as well. The first thing you want to do is cook the aubergines first, because they take a little bit longer. So I've got 2 aubergines that I'm going to dice. So you get your aubergine like that, and then you cut it into strips. So I'm going to do about 4 strips, like so. And then I'm going to cut these into kind of matchsticks, big long ones, like so. And we're going to fry these off in olive oil. So then they come down. So basically you want them about this size, all about this size. And we're going to fry those off in olive oil. Okay, that is the aubergines all chopped up. I've got a pan on with a little bit of olive oil in there and a medium heat. On they go. And I'm going to cook these for about 10 minutes until they wilt down. And they do wilt down quite a bit. So my aubergines have cooked. They're lovely and soft. And then next I'm adding in some shallots. You could add in onion, of course, as well. Shallots are just that little bit sweeter. And then I'm going to allow them to cook for 5 minutes. And then once they've cooked, I'm going to add in the tomatoes and then all the other ingredients. And next you're going to add in the tomatoes. I'm using tin tomatoes, but you could use lovely ripe tomatoes too. And if you're doing that, I'd probably use like 4 large plum ones. Just chop them all up. And then here is all the fun ingredients. So we've got capers, which gives a wonderful saltiness. And then we've got raisins, which add beautiful sweetness, and they also plump up with all the flavors of the caponata. We've got celery, which will give a lovely aniseedy fennel flavor to it. And then olives, which bring a taste of olives in them. I put them in whole. You could chop them up too, but I really, really like them whole. And traditionally in Sicily, and this is one of their national traditional dishes, and if any of you are Sicilian watching, I hope I'm doing your national dish justice. I know I'm a blow in and out of Sicily, but I really, really, really loved it. And so this is tomato puree, which will thicken it all up, and then dried oregano. Now, if any of you were following me while I was in Sicily, now not literally following me, I mean following me on my Insta stories, you would have seen me walk past a market stall, and I stopped and I did a little video about this dried oregano, which they sell all across Italy, and they sell all across France and all across Spain, and you buy it like this. It costs like £3. So if you're going abroad this year to any of those countries, pick one up. You can get them in supermarkets, you get them in stalls and small little food shops, which they have loads of across the continent. And then you bring it home. It's dried oregano, and then you just give it a little shake like that. And look, it's snowing, beautiful flavour of sweet Moorish oregano. Now, if you're not going abroad and you want to make this tonight, you can get it in the supermarket, and they have them in the little, you know, the little spice, little tubs. Oh my God, I've got dried oregano everywhere, but it doesn't matter because my kitchen smells of Sicilian heaven. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of salt in here. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper. Let me give you a look at what it looks like inside. I've got asbestos fingers, so don't worry about my hands. That's what it looks like inside. It smells sweet and zesty and Moorish and olivey and everything. And then I'm going to lower the heat on this, and I'm going to let it slowly cook away for about 30 to 35 minutes. See you in a bit. Okay, the caponata is cooked, and I wish you were actually here with me because the smell is so beautiful. But have a look in here to see how it's all broken down, and the aubergines have become lovely and silky. The sauce has become one. I hope hope I got it right, Sicilians, if you're watching. And then I've got orecchiette pasta, which looks like this, which I love because the sauce kind of goes into the shells, which is really, really lovely. I'm going to pour the pasta in here, like so. A little bit more. But as I said, you could use spaghetti, linguine, tagliatelle. And then just mix it all the way through, making sure that the pasta is completely coated and all of that gorgeous caponata goes right into those little caps. I love these kind of dishes, especially like over the weekend, like on a Saturday night, and I can cook this on a Saturday morning or even during the week. I love cooking a really massive amount like this because then I freeze a little bit without the pasta in it, but the sauce, and then I can have it during the week as well. Now, this is my little addition onto it. You don't have to do this. You can serve this up with a little bit of parmesan and fresh basil, but I love fresh ricotta so much, and I think my love for ricotta has even grown more since I've been in Sicily, and I'm putting little blobs of it because it brings a delicious salty flavor, but also a cream sweet flavor as well, and the creamy texture is just beautiful on it, and I love it. Just the freshness is just heaven. Okay, and the next is my parmesan. I know this is a huge chunk, but I use so much of it that I'm getting through it. You probably noticed a couple of weeks ago, my last videos, that it was whole, and I've gone through so much of it. And some lovely fresh basil, and like always, pick your fresh basil from the top. This brings, of course, a beautiful sweetness, lovely freshness. Always tear the basil, don't chop it, because otherwise it goes a grey colour. And that is it, folks. This is my Sicilian caponata. How gorgeous does this look? Shall I take a taste? I've only got a teaspoon beside me, but I'm going to taste it with a teaspoon. Okay, here we go. It's so delicious. It's got a wonderful tanginess. It's got a sweetness, it's got a saltiness, it's got all the gorgeous flavors. And how beautiful does it look too? It's brought me right back to Sicily. So I hope you have a delicious Sicilian supper, maybe a glass of gorgeous white fresh wine to go with it.